Hi sewing friends, it's Mari from Sew Happy, and today we're sewing up the free drift shirt dress cover-up pattern from Mood Fabrics. This is a beautifully simple, relaxed style. No darts, no pleats, no frills. Just clean lines and an easy wearable silhouette. In this tutorial, I'll walk you through the full construction, including the collar stand, and the button front placket, so you can sew it with confidence from start to finish. For my version, I shortened the length by about 5 inches, but that's the beauty of this pattern. It's incredibly versatile. You could easily crop it into an everyday shirt or lengthen it into a dramatic floor-length duster. I'm using a spring floral rayon challis today from mytextilefabric.com, and I absolutely love how lightweight, soft, and breezy it is, perfect for a design like this. And instead of traditional buttons, I've opted for pearl snaps on the front, which I think are a fun and practical touch. I hope you enjoy making and wearing this pattern as much as I have. Let me know what fabrics you're planning to use and the length that you're going for. And if you're looking to complete the outfit, you might want to try these other free patterns I've paired my top with. This is the Blomma tank from Paradise Patterns, and these are the Penelope pants from Mood. And of course, I have the full tutorials for those patterns as well, which I'll link below. So come and sew this outfit with me. Let's get started with this dress shirt. Here is the wrong side of one of my pocket pieces. I've cut a piece of interfacing to reinforce the top portion of the pocket. The interfacing is 1 inch wide and the length of the top of the pocket. I'm going to fuse it in place 1/4 of an inch below the top raw edge. Then I'll fold and press that top 1/4 inch of uninterfaced fabric to the wrong side. And I'll fold the interfaced portion to the right side and pin along the edges. Sew those edges with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Trim the top corners of those sewn seam allowances. Turn that flap right side out. Press the side and bottom edges to the wrong side by 1/2 inch. Then we'll sew along the bottom edge of our flap straight across, edge stitching in place. Here's the right side of my front dress piece. On your pattern piece, you have lines indicating the placement of your pocket. Place the wrong side of the pocket onto the right side of the dress along the placement lines. Pin in place along the side and bottom edges. I'm going to top stitch my pocket in place twice. First with a 3/8 inch seam allowance along the side and bottom edges, then I'll edge stitch along the pocket's folded edges. Here is the wrong side of my front dress piece. I'm going to stabilize the center front edges for the placket. I've cut a strip of interfacing 1 1/4 inches wide, and it matches the length of my center front. I'm going to fuse that in place 1/2 inch away from the center front raw edges. Once I have that strip of interfacing in place, I'm going to fold that outer raw edge to the wrong side by 1/2 inch, then once more along the edge of the interfacing 1 1/4 inches. Pin in place. Edge stitch along the innermost fold from the top to the bottom of the placket. Repeat to create the pocket and the placket for both front dress pieces. Place the front and back dress pieces right sides together and pin the side seams and the shoulder seams. Sew both shoulder seams and both side seams with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Finish the raw edges together and press toward the back of the garment. Here are both of my collar pieces, and I've gone ahead and applied interfacing to the wrong side of one piece. Now I'll place these pieces right sides together. Pin the outer and upper long edge. Sew with a 1/2 inch seam allowance starting at the bottom of one short edge, pivoting at the outer top points, stopping at the bottom short edge. Trim the seam allowances in the top pointed corners, then we can turn this piece right side out and give it a press. You can baste the raw open edges of the collar piece together, which will make it easier to apply to the collar stand. Here are both of my collar stand pieces. I've gone ahead and applied interfacing to the wrong side of one piece. For the uninterfaced piece, I'm going to fold and press that bottom longer curved edge to the wrong side by 1/2 inch. We're going to place these collar stand pieces right sides together with the collar sandwiched in between. Placing the raw edge of the collar right sides together with the collar stand, aligning the centers. Place your opposite collar stand on top. Pin in place along the top short curved edge. Then we'll sew these layers together with a 1/2 inch seam allowance, starting from the inner folded edge of the uninterfaced collar stand piece, continuing around the curves to the bottom folded edge of the collar stand on the other side. Trim the seam allowance, snip into the curves, turn this piece right side out and give it a press. Then we can place our interfaced collar stand piece right sides together with the neckline. Align the center of your interfaced collar stand with the center of the back bodice piece. Pin in place. Then align the finished folded edge of the collar stand with the finished edge of the center front on both sides. Continue pinning in between those points. Sew the interfaced collar stand to the neckline from one finished center front to the other. Press that collar stand seam allowance up toward the collar stand. Then we'll place that folded edge of the inner collar stand piece right on top of our stitching line. Pin from the outside. Once I have that inner collar stand pinned in place from the outside, I'll stitch in the ditch of the main collar stand seam from one side to the other. Here is one of my sleeve pieces, and I'm going to pre-press my hem creases, folding the bottom raw edge to the wrong side by 1/2 inch, then once more by an additional 1/2 inch. Unfold those creases for now, and fold the sleeve in half right sides together. Pin the short edges. Sew with a 1/2 inch seam allowance, finish the raw edges, and press toward the back of the sleeve. Then we'll refold those hem creases and pin in place. Edge stitch close to the upper inner fold all the way around to complete the hem. I'm going to fold my sleeve once again right sides together along its seam. And I'm going to find the center point at the top of the sleeve cap. Mark it with a pin. I'll align that center point right sides together with the corresponding shoulder seam and pin in place. I'll also pin at the underarm seams. We're going to have to ease that sleeve into the armhole. To do this, I'm just going to keep halving those sections and pinning at the halfway points. So I'll align the underarm and the shoulder seam and half the bodice. And I'll do the same to align those initial pin markings and half the sleeve. Then I'll align those two new pin markings. Continue doing this in small sections all the way around to ease the sleeve into the armhole. Once your sleeve is eased into the armhole, sew all the way around with a 1/2 inch seam allowance, finish the raw edges together. Here is the bottommost raw edge of the garment. We're going to hem it in the same exact way as we did the sleeves. folding that raw edge to the wrong side twice by 1/2 inch, and pinning in place. Once you have your hem pinned in place from one bottom center front edge to the other edge stitch close to the upper inner fold all the way around as we did for the sleeves. Now you can add buttons and buttonholes to your front plackets, or you can choose to add snaps to either side as I have. I used a pearl button snap kit. And now the garment is complete. Thank you for watching this sew along. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future sewing tutorials, and I'll see you in the next video.